It's one thing to be elected to a position. It's another thing to push the envelope. And I'm calling on all of y'all that have some backbone, have a little guts, have a little fight left in you, that when you stand at your union meetings and folks start ignoring issues in our community, that you stand up and be heard, that you don't be silent because it's the politically correct thing to do. It's time to start changing the paradigm wherever we are.
And the good news is that that's happening in scores of cities across this country. Formalized programs that are working with the community, bring people through pre-apprenticeship to apprenticeship, into the building trades, and up that ladder into the middle class. And as that video said, if you teach somebody to be a plumber, and God forbid the plumbers union goes away tomorrow, the skill sets that that person learned will keep that family in the middle class not for one, but for 2 generations.
We won Ohio, but lost it in the gubernatorial of 2010. Now, there are some of our folks who still say, I'm not sure my vote really matters. When we don't vote, when we stay at home, look at what happens to the country.
And election years are great years to make us remember what our jobs are. It's kind of like going through any evaluation period. If we aren't held to account, we won't do our jobs. I like to liken politicians to 15-year-old girls. We respond to money, peer pressure, and attention. You want us to do something, those are the 3 ways you get us to act. Say it with me, say money, peer pressure, attention. Tell me a 15-year-old girl who doesn't respond to one of those 3 things, and show me a politician who doesn't.
And my investigator says, sir, the way you sound, you want us to still be slaves. That old white man said, nah, y'all don't have to be slaves no more. That's why we have minimum wage. All right? Yeah.
One question is, with the unemployment rate being as high as it is in the world, why is it that only black women is working in these facilities? And then the other question is, why would a black woman do a job, or a Latino lady stand there and do a job that's crippling in them? Why would she stand there and do that job? To feed her kids.
The Women's Committee is really such an integral part of the work of the Coalition of Black Trade Unions. It always has been and always will be. So we thank the members of the Women's Committee for the work that they do between conventions to advance the cause of just not organized labor, but the unique needs of women members of trade unions.
So how is it that we elect people who don't like people? We elect folks to serve in government who do not like people. If they don't want to serve people, then they need to get the hell out the way and let people who do want to serve people serve people.
You know what? It is the same story. And the quicker that we understand that this is not just about what's going on in the US of A, this is not just about what's going on in Canada, this is about what capital is doing across the world.
Racism and discrimination and harassment are like a poison. They separate us from each other. They break us apart as working people. They focus on the things that make us different, and they frame those differences as though they were negative things. They try to make our differences stand in the way of us being able to work together to improve our members' lives, to improve our communities. And when we do not fight against the poison of discrimination and harassment, it is only our employers and the right wing who benefit while we are weakened and divided from one another.
If you want a higher wage, join a union. And if you want health care, join a union. If you want a pension, join a union. If you want a safer workplace, join a union. If you want a healthier workplace, join a union. If you want to protect Social Security, join a union. If you want to protect Medicare, join a union. If you want more time off, join a union. If you want job security, join a union. If you want a better America, join a union. And if you just feel like telling the boss to kiss your ass, join a union.